Please remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the presentation of colors.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Into the light of the dark black night. I know. Into the light of the dark black night. 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 Into the light of the dark black the dark black night.
My name is Mary Davis. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2016 Abraham Lincoln Graduation Ceremony. I would like to extend a warm welcome to parents, families, and friends of the graduates, the Board of Education, the administration, and the teachers and support staff in attendance today, and finally, the graduates themselves. The class of 2016, congratulations and welcome. As the president of your class, it is an honor to graduate today with all of you. I am sure that all of us here today are thrilled to move on with our lives and pursue what the future holds. I am also sure that many of you will miss the 4 years we survived and thrived together at Abraham Lincoln High School. Today, we say goodbye to a lifestyle we have lived for 13 years. Today, we will begin to welcome and look forward to the opportunities our future holds ahead of us. Today, we come to realize that our time at Abraham Lincoln High School was not measured by class periods, trimesters, or even school years. Instead, it was measured by friendships, lessons learned, and unforgettable memories that we will have forever. Through our trials and triumphs, we have formed a bond that is unbreakable. So as we begin on this new journey, I would like to wish you all good luck in what is yet to come, and remind you that we are all capable of doing great things. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Once again, congratulations, class of 2016. May we all find success in what the future holds ahead of us.
Welcome once again to the Abraham Lincoln High School Commencement Ceremony for the class of 2016. As principal at Abraham Lincoln High School, it is my distinct honor to thank you for your presence here today and to remind you that this is a formal ceremony and ask each of you to honor our traditions with dignity. And now I would like to introduce you to some of our platform guests. Please stand when your name is read, and audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. From the Board of Education, President Mr. Bill Grove, Vice President Mr. Troy Arthur, Mr. Chris LaFurla, and Dr. Jill Agress. From our school district office, Superintendent Dr. Martha Bruckner, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Corey Vorthman, Director of Secondary Education Dr. Jason Plord, Chief Human Resource Officer Mrs. Janet Reiners, Executive Director of Student and Family Services, Mr. Tim Hamilton, Director of Elementary Education, Mrs. Julie Smith, Director of Special Education, Ms. Becky Zorn, Director of Professional Learning, Mrs. Melissa Chalupnik, and from Abraham Lincoln High School, Assistant Principals Mr. Tom Lowndes, Mr. Mike McLaughlin, and Mr. Jeff Novotny. Other administrators from the Council Bluffs School District, Principal of the Canesville Alternative Learning Center, Mrs. Jessie Taverty, Principal of Kern Middle School, Mrs. Carrie Newman, Principal of the Tucker Career and Technical Center, Mr. Kyle Forney. Principal of Bloomer Elementary, Mr. Casey Moran. Principal of College View Elementary, Miss Sue Rice. Principal of Crescent Elementary, Mrs. Tracy Matthews. Principal of Lewis and Clark Elementary, Miss Amy Gleim. Principal of Longfellow Elementary, Mr. Gary Milborn. Our senior class sponsors are Mrs. Amanda Jens, Mr. Joel Nelson, and Mrs. Christy Nicolaisen. Will all of the Abraham Lincoln High School faculty, Canesville faculty, and other teachers or support staff members from the Council Bluffs schools here with us today please stand to be recognized? These individuals have contributed to our students' success throughout their years in the Council Bluffs Community Schools. Please join me in showing our appreciation for their service and leadership. And now I invite Dr. Martha Bruckner to the podium.
Board members, administrators, teachers and staff members, parents, grandparents, families and friends of our graduates, thanks very much for being here to celebrate the Abraham Lincoln Class of 2016. And graduates, congratulations to you on a job well done. You are members of a very special class. Your class was the first group of 5th grade students to make a promise to succeed as you moved on to middle school. The promise was only one small sign of a culture that was established as school district representatives worked to meet their mission of guaranteeing that each student graduates ready to pursue the next phase of life. I have a picture of one of you in my office ever since those first ceremonies as a reminder to me of the class of 2016. You were the first group of students to attend middle school for 6th grade, providing middle school educators 3 years to build a culture designed to help students learn more about themselves and the talents and ambitions that they could cultivate. Your class was the first class to come to this very arena in 2012 for 8th grade graduation practice. Speakers such as our mayor, board president, administrators, and even students from the class of 2012 invited you as 8th graders to visualize June of 2016 when you would be sitting here with a filled audience celebrating your success. And it happened. They're here and you're here. And your class was the first senior class to have the opportunity to participate in or watch athletic events at a newly remodeled athletic complex. When community volunteers first started working on that major project, we thought there was no way possible that the first phase could be completed in time for the fall season. But donors, engineers, and contractors put all they could into making it possible that the class of 2016 would have good memories of their final seasons in the state-of-the-art venue. I hope that all of these firsts show you that your class is very important to us. Whether you joined our district for preschool or kindergarten, or whether you came to Abraham Lincoln for your senior year, you will always be part of the class of 2016. We're proud of you. We're proud and happy and hopeful for you in the future. But more than that, we're hopeful about the future because of you. We all know that the future rests in your heads, in your hands, and in your hearts. I'm confident you will do a tremendous job. I look forward to hearing wonderful things about the Abraham Lincoln class of 2016. Defy gravity. Best wishes.
To take us on a journey, remembering our past, is our first speaker, Paige Oamek.
Mark Twain spoke of the live frog principle. Twain used to argue, and quite convincingly, that one should swallow a live frog at the beginning of every day. That way you'd know the worst part of your day was behind you. Today is the day that we put the awkwardness of adolescence behind us. In essence, we swallow our frogs. And I mean, if Mr. Moritz handed the frogs on the way in, this is when you reach under your seats to get them. So, I'd like to share an excerpt of probably my favorite speech of all time, "This is Water" by David Foster Wallace. There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys, how's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks at the other and goes, "What is water?" If you're worried that I or anyone else here plan to present ourselves as the wise old fish, explaining what water is to younger fish, please don't be. I am not the wise old fish. The point of the fish story is merely that the most obvious, ubiquitous, important realities are often the ones that are hardest to see and talk about. One wise fish, Albert Einstein, once said, "Education is what remains after one has forgotten everything he learned in school." I remember being a part of Hoover's Challenge Center and crying over fractions in Mr. Johnson's class. I remember memorizing presidents in Miss Getty's class and being able to recite them at an inhuman pace, which I can still do. Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Quincy Adams, Jackson, Van Buren, Harrison, Tyler, Polk, Taylor, Fillmore, Pierce, Buchanan, Lincoln. And today, even though some of us might not know how to graph a sine function, what calculus means, or why there has to be an entire academic year spent in the pre-version of it, we do know what it means to love our family. Many of us can attribute why we're here today to our families, whoever that may be to you. At this school, we often call ourselves a family, and though my last name is Oamek and yours may be Jones or Lopez, we did spend 13 years under one roof together. At this moment, our reality that we occupy, the only one we've known for the past 18 years, is adolescence, is the past. No matter how you felt about this, your obvious reality, your past, there was a teacher or a mentor or a coach or a friend who you considered family, who you learned from. And though I truly believe that the past does not necessarily dictate your future, it has helped you make connections and has hopefully taught you how to construct meaning from experience. When one of the members of the board hands you the diploma, they're actually just sending you to your next family. They're saying, "Son, your 13 years are up. It's time to grow and learn somewhere else. Now please shake my hand." We must enter the real world, your next reality. The real world that is ominously mentioned to us is puzzling, and I can give absolutely no insight as to whether or not the difference is tangible, or if it comes all at once in a single sensation, or if it slowly develops over time. But I do know that the real world is full of people who are persistently seeking family. While the past may be important, understand that you are not limited to the choices that you made. You are absolutely capable, and I know this because I was raised right alongside you. I wish you more than luck. Now go out and make your family proud.
Helping us learn, live in the moment is our next speaker, Harrison Jones.
All right. So, I was going to stand up here and tell you all about how much we've done together and how we will always be in each other's hearts, but that'd be boring. So instead, I want to tell you a story about this relationship I had. We met 4 years ago, and she's become my best friend. Although we've had some ups and downs in our relationship, this relationship will always be in my heart, and I will never forget our time together. When we first met, I was unsure and a little intimidated. Some of my friends even offered that I see some other people who seemed more attractive and lived closer to home. Plus, the first time we hung out together, there wasn't a whole lot of attention paid to me because she already had so many other friends. However, I ended up hanging in there, and I'm glad I did. I found out that this girl was absolutely perfect for me. I was introduced to some of my best friends. We were at every dance together, and we even learned how to whip and do the quan. We've been together every step of the way for the past 4 years, and we've even hung out together for 5, 6, even 7 days out of the week, from early in the morning until late at night. We've spent many hours together, and she is very close to my heart. I could not have been happier in any other relationship. However, the relationship we once had together will never be the same, because 1 week ago, we left each other. My 4-year relationship was with Abraham Lincoln High School. I hope that diffused some of the awkwardness, but we've all had this relationship in our lives for many years now. AL has been with us unconditionally through joy, pain, and even advisement. Although Abraham Lincoln High School may be leaving our lives, it will always be a part of us. Remember all that AL has given us, all that AL has taught us, the friends we've made, all the happiness and laughter that has been offered to us, and most importantly, the new, better person that Abraham Lincoln High School has made in every one of us. We all started out a little scared and awkward, but now we pushed through that stage of teenage development. We've changed, learned, and grown together in the same building for 4 years now. We all need to remember what we've learned throughout high school. I think many of us would agree that we shouldn't do many of the things we've done over the past 4 years. Let's learn from our mistakes and continue to grow as we enter the workforce or even more school. Although I may be spending the next 4 years of my life in a different relationship, this one will always be in my heart and in all of yours as well. Thank you.
Finally, reminding us that our future lies before us is our last speaker, Clare Boes.
In his most famous poem, Dylan Thomas wrote, "Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light." Fellow members of the 2016 Abraham Lincoln Senior Class, I stand before you today to tell you not to fear the unknown and to find strength in these lines to finish your endeavors and follow the dreams you have been creating since you were a child. The future, after all, can be a very daunting thing. It's full of so much uncertainty, full of so many wrong turns that we are sometimes afraid. However, we were afraid in elementary school when we were sent up to the middle school, and we were afraid in middle school when we were sent up to the high school. And here we are today, gathered to signal the end of another can't. And we can. We have wandered through the mazed hallways of junior high, and we have traipsed the endless corridors of high school, and we are now walking the path to the rest of our lives. The future is something about which we don't often think seriously, only talk and dream of, or at least not until this year. Now, we are thinking about colleges and jobs and what we want to become, what we want to be known for. These next couple of years will lead us into the great, wide unknown of our adulthood. We are being trained for the legacy we wish to leave behind, the footprint that we will put upon the face of this earth. From teaching to saving lives to being the voices behind the great organizations in this world, we are going to become the front runners of this new age. The world will not always be kind. We won't have the guidance we have now, and we have to say to ourselves and to the people who tell us that we cannot, I am not afraid. I am not afraid. We can't let the doubts and the worries of the unknown weigh down our dreams and our hopes for our futures, because we can make it, we will, and we must. We have to create our own futures, which will result in our own histories. As Dwight D. Eisenhower said, neither a wise man nor a brave man lies down on the tracks of history to wait for the train of the future to run over him. We need to forge ahead with braveness, pave these roads that lead to our success and ultimate achievement of our dreams. As we have learned in our science classes over the years, just as a star dies, another one is reborn from its remains. The same goes for the opportunities presented to us as we travel through our lives. One mischance can lead to a better one that is full of adventure. And even if it doesn't, it's a mistake we learn from. The future will be full of these. We learn that it's okay to make these mistakes. You could end up somewhere you've never been, and it could be the best mistake, a different and exciting unknown. Make new friends, let other friends go, and make room for many, many more. Nothing in the future is permanent. Change your major once, twice, maybe even 3 times, because even now, you can't make up your mind. Discover that science has been what you've wanted to do all along, or that somehow math has actually caught your interest. Maybe instead you want to become a welder, or you find that being an author is the key to your happiness. We will have inspirations and light shed upon our dim paths along the way until we can see that there was never anything to be afraid of. And then we won't have to guess what we wish to become, we'll just know. And so here we shall continue on, graduating from Abraham Lincoln High School, and we will grow and thrive. We will live knowing we can make our own paths and make differences that no other can make. We will fight because we can, we will, and we must. To continue Thomas's poem, though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Thank you.
It is my privilege to recognize academic scholars in the Abraham Lincoln class of 2016. I'd first like to recognize graduates who are on the Gold Honor Roll. I will do this in 2 parts. The first part is the 4.0 Gold Honor Roll. The following graduates have maintained a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 or above. Students and parents, please stand when your name is called. Audience, please hold applause until all names have been read. Brandon Cheney. Brendan Hartman, Candy Heyer, Jessica Hypnar, Harrison Jones, Joshua Krabby, Emma Leisinger, Kevin Lynn, Tyler Messenger, Taylor Morris, Keisha Quinlan, Colin Smith, Joshua Vrenick, Kayla Walden, and Sydney Wilson. Our 4.0 Gold Honor Roll. The second part of the Gold Honor Roll recognizes graduates that have maintained a cumulative grade point average of 3.8 to 3.99. Students and parents, please stand when your name is called. Audience, please hold applause until all names have been read. Catherine Armdor, Kendall Brainbridge, Clare Boes, Courtney Christensen, Mary Davis, Nolan Drescher, Abigail Harding, Tristan Harris, Destiny Jaime, Dalton Jones, Camilla Luther, Adlena McLean, Paige Oamek, Abigail Otten, Peyton Shetler, Brandylyn Smith, and Chelsea Weiss. The Abraham Lincoln Class of 2016 Gold Honor Roll. And finally, the following graduates have been named to the Silver Honor Roll, maintaining a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.79. Students and parents, please stand when your name is called. Audience, please hold applause until all names have been read. Benjamin Addison, Tori Albertus, Alana Basque, Kevin Brannigan, Donald Christensen, Kyle Crow, Trevor DiColandria, Kara Downs, Angela Feltus, Lacey Freiberger, Marina Galaska, Jared Gardner, Dylan Gibson, James Grenges, Abby Groper, James Johnson, Taylor Kinney, Priscilla Kleppe, Ricardo Lopez Pantoa, Megan Miller, Nolan Mott, Ross Nickerson, Carly Peterson, Dina Roth, Cody Rupp, Allison Sorensen, Alicia Stepoon, Avery Thomas, Sean Veazey, Brianna Waugh, Mia Wheeler, Logan Wilcoxon, and Macy Weiss. Ladies and gentlemen, our academic scholars in the Abraham Lincoln Class of 2016 Gold and Silver Honor Rolls.
Now I'd like to invite Mr. Bill Grove, School Board President, to the podium.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I want to congratulate Abraham Lincoln 2016 graduating class. This is a big achievement and an important milestone in your life. If you haven't done so already, I would encourage you to hug your parents and say thank you for all the sacrifices they have made so you could be at this position. And while you're in the habit of thanking people, I would encourage you to text or tweet or email or even use old-fashioned technology like taking pen to paper and writing a personal note to a teacher or an administrator who helped you get to where you're sitting now. In a few hours, less than an hour, you'll have your diploma. And I encourage you to use the skills and knowledge that you gained at Abraham Lincoln High School to go out in this big, wonderful country and world of ours and make something of yourself. Set some goals, persevere, and don't let hardships get in the way of meeting your goals. But while you're doing that, wherever you settle, make sure you become part of a community. Join a church or other spiritual groups. Join a professional group. Join a community service club. Play adult athletics or adult musical groups. Whatever, get involved in a community. For our country and world has many problems to solve, and if we don't get back to that sense of community, while you're working on your personal goals, the future will not be as bright.
Thank you, Mr. Grove. First off, let me give my warmest congratulations to the class of 2016. You are a talented and hardworking class, and I am proud to have been your principal. I have gotten to know so many of you over the years. One of my favorite things about being a principal is getting to watch all of our students grow and change throughout their time with us. I'd like to share just a couple of memories about this senior class. Colton Mahood, your theatrical performances will live on in my memory forever. And Mary Davis, your bright smile and kind heart have left a lasting impression on me. Tate, after many moments spent with our horns locked over some issue or another, you have grown into a fine human being. And Keeley Driver, I will always appreciate your straightforward, no-nonsense approach to life. Your smile is worth $1 million. These are just a few of the examples of things I will remember about these seniors. As a class, you have certainly been involved. From dance team to speech, you have won awards and honors and generated notoriety for our school. You've started clubs that make AL a better place, and you have participated in activities that have given back to the community. Without question, you have already begun to leave your mark on our world. In fact, your senior class recently raised well over $300, which will be donated in your name to the American Cancer Society. You guys are incredible. And while you were busy attending dances, competing in athletics, or spending time with friends, you also got busy hitting the books. In fact, we have over 250 graduates who will be walking across the stage today. We have over 70 students from the class of 2016 who earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or higher, and this senior class has brought in over $7 million in scholarships. And while you deserve much of the credit for your outstanding achievements, your school mentors, whether they be teachers, paraeducators, custodians, and beyond, rightfully deserve some recognition too. They came in early, stayed late, and responded to your questions or concerns during their free time. They cheered you on in basketball and soccer, and they applauded you during band and choir performances. But most importantly, they cared about you. They spent hours designing lessons that would engage and inspire you, and they sometimes worked harder than you did to complete a lab or finish an essay. And they gave you encouragement when things got tough. You have been blessed to learn from and work with a very talented and very dedicated group of educators. Let's show them your gratitude by applauding them for all of their hard work and time in preparing you for this day. Of course, we must also recognize your parents, guardians, grandparents, other family members, and friends for their contribution to your success. They have stood behind you, pushing you to excel, and they have stood next to you, watching while you forged ahead. They have cried with you, laughed with you, and are now here to celebrate with you as you reach yet another milestone in your life, high school graduation. What does it mean to be a high school graduate? It means that today, you should hold your head up high and be proud of the person you have become. And tomorrow, get ready to leave your mark on this world, because you, graduates, you have a responsibility to make our world a better place. The education you have received has prepared you to do just that. Take on new challenges, creatively solve problems, and to continue to learn and grow. Learning will happen in different forms for all of you, but make sure it does. Never underestimate your potential and the potential you have to influence change. At the start of the school year, I shared a quote with you. It doesn't matter that your dream came true if you spent your whole life sleeping. Think about what those words mean. Go boldly into the future, ready for all of the challenges and excitement that will come your way. You have the potential to be all you want to be. Congratulations. I am so proud of each and every one of you. And now to the fun part. Mr. Grove, President of the School Board of Education, and Dr. Bruckner, Superintendent of Schools, and to the other members of the Board of Education, at this time, it is my pleasure to honor and recommend to you the class of 2016. These students have completed their course of study as prescribed by the Council Bluffs Community School District and the state of Iowa. They are eligible at this time to receive a diploma from Abraham Lincoln High School as authorized by the Council Bluffs Community School District and state law. Mr. Grove and Mr. Arthur, President and Vice President of the Board of Education, I would ask at this time that you and our assistant principals come forward and prepare to present the members of this class with their diplomas. Seniors, those in the front row, please stand at this time. Audience, The members of this class and I agree on how important this ceremony is for each individually. We want all students to be seen and their names to be heard as they receive their diplomas. We ask that the audience applaud appropriately as to not detract from this special event. Please refrain from using air horns or other noisemakers.
Benjamin Gordon Addison.
Samantha Marie Ahern.
Austin A. Astrup.
Tori May Albertus.
Zachary Thomas Allerton.
Catherine Irene Amdor.
Zachary Ryan Ambrose.
Kendall Ann Bainbridge.
Corey Eugene Anderson.
Alana Karen Baskew.
Austin Michael Arterburn.
Melissa Renee Bankus.
Adam Michael Barrett.
Michaela Ann Blaney.
Leslie Barrett.
Clare Elizabeth Bays.
Brennan Russell Behrens.
Samantha Marie Bowles.
Elijah Emmanuel Bennett.
Cheyenne Faith Boldra.
Donovan Lee Black.
Jessica Rose Borwick.
James Anthony Bonner.
Chicago Josephine Cannon.
Dalton Jean Borden.
Leanne Margaret Capel.
Kevin Richard Brannigan.
Haley Nicole Carson.
Lance Michael Brock.
Courtney Amanda Christensen.
Charles Raymond Brown.
Chloe Marie Church.
Xavier Corbin Brown.
Tabitha Marie Camulata Rosario.
Jacob Daniel Brunton.
Rachel Ann Craig.
Brandon Michael Cheney.
Taylor Marin Crinklaw.
Donald L. Christensen.
Danielle Danoff.
Bruce Allen Trey Chubbuck.
Kirsten Rose Davis.
Brody Daniel Church.
Mary Rachel Davis.
Dallas William Church.
Yasmin Alexa Davis.
Austin Dan Clare.
Maya Christine Doty.
Jacob Donahue.
Kara K. Downs.
Keegan Clark.
Keely Nicole Driver.
Evan Mitchell Kanan.
Madison Newman Elledge.
Marcus Jose Collins.
Kimberly Sue Elston.
Charles Cornelius.
Daniela Espinoza Banderas.
Kyle Patrick Krall.
Paula Espinoza.
Alec Wade Delavan.
Paulina Espinoza.
Austin James Devers.
Angela Marie Feltius.
Brian Asmal Diaz Gomez.
Megan Marie Furlman.
Trevor Michael DiColandria.
Jordan Marie Fichter.
Nolan August Drescher.
Caitlin Rose Flanker.
Austin Allen Dueling.
Taylor Renee Fleury.
Raymond J. W. Duncan.
Lacey Janae Freiberger.
Oakland Thomas Elliff.
Marina Elizabeth Galaska.
A.J. Epperson.
Caitlin Marie Grasso.
Angel Fernandez Amarellis.
Abby Elizabeth Groper.
Gianni Louis Fedoni.
Audrey Ellen Hale.
Daniel Jean Fleming.
Jensen Leanne Hansen.
Nicholas Dow Freeman Spradley.
Abigail Grace Harding.
Montana Thomas Garbez.
Mercedes Ray Hart.
Jared Stephen Garner.
Daviana Alexis Haverty.
Dylan Lee Gibson.
Audrey Lynn Hayes.
Jacob Dylan Graham.
Caitlin Victoria Ann Henderson.
Charles Raymond Gray.
Savannah Grunges.
Zachary William Gray.
Candy Sue Heyer.
Kyle Dean Goobles.
Madeline K. Hires.
James Vincent Granges.
Diamante Levon Hill.
Hunter Lawrence Hale.
Jessica Jolene Hipner.
Tristan James Harris.
Courtney Danielle Horn.
Brendan Calvin Hartman.
Darian K. Hubbard.
Dylan Michael Hawley.
Alyssa Dawn Hutchins.
Caleb Brian Henningsen.
Destiny Diane Jaime.
Darby Quinn Hertz.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Jones.
Tanner Thomas Lee Hochstetler.
Shelby Lynn Keeley.
Isaiah Duncan Holt.
Taylor Victoria Kinney.
James Michael Johnson.
Hannah Maria Kirsch.
Jeremy Charles Johnson.
Caroline Rose Klon.
Joshua Mark Johnson.
Priscilla Penelope Kleppy.
Dalton Lee Jones.
Jenna Lee Kurtz.
Harrison Christian Jones.
Brianna Marie Landon.
Terrell Jones.
Brooke Lynn Landon.
Trevante Jones.
Tiaja Lee.
Keanu Michael Kalili.
I'll give you your moment. Emma Loren Leisinger.
Tate Alexander Katzenstein.
You should be. Brittany Lewis.
Colby Martin Knight.
Shasta Marie Logaman.
Joshua Carl Krabby.
Monica Montenegro Lopez.
Kevin Lynn.
Camilla Helena Luther.
Devin Scott Logan.
Elena Darlene Maddox.
Ricardo Lopez Pantoja.
Raven Lynn Ann Main.
Jesse Donald Lorenzen.
Jasmine Martinez.
Preston John Edwin Luth Young.
Adlena Cody Elaine McLean.
Dalton F. Maher.
Faith Leanne McCormick.
Colton P. Mahood.
Sierra McCormick.
Diego Martinez.
Krista Mackenzie Miller.
Austin Madison.
Megan Paige Miller.
Tyler San Marco McDonald.
Taylor Irene Morris.
James Ian McEntee.
Laura Ashton Morrow.
Cody Wayne McKnight.
Haley Ciara O'Farrell.
Noel Eugene Mendez.
Paige Marie Oamek.
Tyler Michael Messenger.
Abigail Elizabeth Otten.
Juan Gabriel Miranda.
Carly McLean Peterson.
Anthony Cruz Moreno.
Kayla J. Phillips.
Nolan Alexander Mott.
Ashley Marie Potter.
Zachary James Murray.
Keisha Marie Quinlan.
Justin Reginald Nayland.
Denise Ramirez.
Chance Nice.
Jade Elaine Rice.
Ross Andrew Nickerson.
Mallory Lynn Reef.
Daniel Dam Norgard.
Dina Marie Roth.
Dylan Michael Phelan.
Cecilia Lorraine Saldana.
Clayton Thomas Gordon Ramsdell.
Emily Rose Scheffler.
Dominic John Overman.
Peyton Joe Shetler.
Rylan Parker Richards.
Brooklyn Rain Schroeder.
Alexander D. Rodenberg.
Kimberly Sue Schucard.
Manuel James Rosas.
Caitlin Sue Schwent.
Tristan Kenyon Reese.
Jamie Lynn Schiller.
Cody James Rupp.
Lainey Elizabeth Slatton.
John Emmett Scheffler.
Brandy Lynn Cheryl Jean Smith.
Nathan Alexander Shetler.
Allison Nicole Snipes.
Nicholas M. Schmidt.
Bailey Bryn Snyder.
Matthew Joshua Seaman.
Allison Brooke Sorensen.
Noah Tyler Syboth.
Kinsley Lorraine Spicer.
Colin D. Smith.
Kennedy Joy Stafford.
Garrett Patrick Smith.
Alicia Marie Stepoon.
Jeremy M. Smith.
Chloe Taylor Swartzik.
Tyler Edward Smith.
Ashley Renee Towers.
David Allen Stevenson.
Giselle Valdez.
Christopher Clayton Swanson.
Madison K. Valdivia.
Jacob Michael Swanson.
Kayla Mackenzie Walden.
Gregory Chase Tier.
Alexis Marie Wall.
Avery Thomas.
Ashley L. Height.
Isaiah Still.
Brianna Raylyn Waugh.
Eric David Valdez.
Chelsea Marie Weiss.
Jose L. Valdez.
Madison Lee Wendland.
Jacob Abraham Van Rokel.
Mia Pearl Wheeler.
Sean Ethan Veazey.
Sarah Kathleen Wydick.
Miguel Angel Villarreal.
Sydney Marie Wilson.
Noah Charles Wagner.
Macy Marie Wise.
Joshua David Verenick.
Aaron Taylor Wolf.
Logan Troy Wilcoxon.
Jennifer Marie Wondercheck.
Corey Michael Watson.
Danielle Christine Wolsoncroft.
Gunther Ross Wiley.
Felicia Christina Wilds.
Brent Marshall Winger. Mitchell Lehman Woolley.
These are in order. 2 stacks.
Pedro Zarate.
Graduates, please stand and join your class president in the ceremonial tassel switch.